Hey, what's up guys? Bloody Jacob here to give you my thoughts on the 2010 film The Town.
What's up guys? Bloody Jacob here, meeting my icon, Catherine Isabel.
Hey, I'm Sylvia Saska.
And I'm Jen Saska.
And we're the Saska Sisters. Get in! Get a part of this! Let's spread a little butt down there. Look.
Starring Ben Affleck, directed by Ben Affleck, and co-wrote by Ben Affleck, based on Prince of Thieves by Chuck Hogan. The Town is about Doug McRae, who leads a band of ruthless bank robbers and has no real attachments except for James, Jeremy Renner, who despite his dangerous temper is like a brother. Everything changes for Doug when James briefly takes a hostage. Bank employee Claire Kessie. Learning that she lives in the gang's neighborhood, Doug seeks her out to discover what she knows. He falls in love. As romance deepens, he wants out of his criminal life, but that could threaten Claire. And The Town is one I probably should have talked about a while ago. I actually have the DVD right here. I fully plan on getting the Ultimate Collector's Edition Blu-ray at some point soon. I've been posting about him like crazy on my Facebook page and everything, but I haven't talked about Ben Affleck enough on my YouTube channel. Ben Affleck has been one of my all-time favorite actors for a long time. Even when I was too young to really take film and TV as seriously as I could, I would always see Ben Affleck on screen. For some reason, he'd be a guy I'd like, even when I was quite a bit younger. So I've always really enjoyed Ben Affleck's acting style, and I think he's gotten just better and better over the years in that sense. I just reviewed Reindeer Games, which, I think he's still likable in that, but he's definitely come a long way since then and before that. It's like, I'm finally going to be able to hopefully see The Way Back soon with everything being released on digital because of that, one thing going around right now. Which is a shame I won't be able to see The Way Back in theaters, but at least I'll still be able to support the film to some extent. And, I just think Ben Affleck has been, very, very inspiring, his battles with his own demons and everything, but how he's come out now, and I'm just really, really behind the guy, and I'm really, really glad to see that he's came back out of it. But we can probably talk about that more when I do a Way Back video or something like that. But The Town, it's actually a favorite of, quite a few people I know. My brother really likes it. My cousin, who, I used to talk to more, liked it. Even his family liked it, that kind of thing. Even when I was younger, I was always a bigger fan of Ben Affleck than my brother was, yet he, really liked The Town. And so I ended up rewatching The Town with my fiance, to give it a refreshed look. Especially before I had seen The Way Back and stuff like that, just to go through some of my favorite works of his, and there's still some I gotta get to and talk about, which I will, over the next, or over the oncoming weeks anyway. And like I said, I do really enjoy it. I still like it quite a bit. I think it is shot very well. I think Ben Affleck did a very nice job from a directing standpoint. It feels like one of those, classic crime dramas, crime heist, sort of action flicks that I think belongs with, some of the greater directors of that genre. Ben Affleck really showed his flair and knowledge of, how to interpret this kind of story. And at the same time, I think he gives a commendable lead performance as well. It is sort of an ensemble, I guess, although I think obviously Ben Affleck's character and Jeremy Renner's get the most development and screen time of the group. The other two are a bit, underdeveloped, but it doesn't really hurt the story too much. It still functions perfectly fine. Of course, Jeremy Renner plays the more reckless member of the group, but yeah, you can tell there's like a deeper history the two have, and that's why Ben Affleck's willing to put up with it all. I did really like seeing Rebecca Hall. I think she's an excellent actress. She really brings in this film. You also have Blake Lively, who plays sort of an ex-flame of Ben Affleck's, who may or may not have a kid that's his. I thought she did quite a good job as well. I haven't watched The Shallows yet. I gotta watch The Shallows. And then meanwhile, you have this never happens in the movie. This is a behind-the-scenes photo if you didn't realize that. But you have John Hamm, who a lot of you know from Mad Men, as the main FBI agent, looking into McRae and his gang. He is quite good as well. I think he fits the role, pretty damn good. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I watched, the one I rewatched is the theatrical version. I was divided. I was wondering which one I should go to again after not seeing it for a while. Now there is a difference between between a extended cut and a director's cut. And from what I have read and what I remember, I do think the theatrical cut ended up being pieced together a little bit better. But now if there was a director's cut of this, which Ben Affleck personally saw to every step of the way, then maybe it would be different. From what I know, the extended cut does have some extra scenes or some things that are moved around a little bit, I think. But I don't think it really changes, too much about it. And it's not even that either. I just think not only does the theatrical cut flow better, but I just think it makes the narrative a little more concise. And it's not even that I don't want to see extra scenes of these characters that are portrayed so well. It's that I think the theatrical one does its job, and if anything, the extended cut kind of reiterates what we already see communicated well enough for the initial story in the first place. I don't know though, maybe I should just watch it again straight through with the extended cut and see if there's really something. But let me know if you guys have watched both, in more recent times than I have. But yeah, the theatrical cut is, it's about 2 hours and 5 minutes. And it doesn't feel overly long. I think it earns its runtime. It has a patience. It's definitely more of a slow burn type of film. I mean, it's not like a 3.5 hour, Scorsese film or something like that. But it definitely knows what kind of drive its story has, and it has patience, and yet it has like a breakneck pace when things do happen. I'm saying I think it's a pretty good blend of its pacing and understanding of the genre. Another thing that the film does really well. And of course, you have the iconic, nun masks and stuff like that. My fiance is telling me how she remembers seeing previews for the film when it came out, and you've seen the shot of them wearing the nun masks, and she thought it was a horror movie. So that's cool. Going into it, I was telling my fiance that I do think it's maybe Ben Affleck's best film. From an acting standpoint, I'm not sure. I mean, he is very good in here, but I have to watch some of his other roles, and I know he gives a masterclass performance on the way back. I'm really excited to see because of how from what real place that's driven from. From a directing standpoint, it could be. I know it's probably between that and things like Gone Baby Gone and maybe a couple others. But I think it's definitely a movie milestone for him that kind of solidified him in a different direction for people that weren't as on board with him as before, which I already was, but I think this one definitely stamped it out for me, and others apparently too. And I'm someone who always loved Ben Affleck. I even like the Daredevil movie for the time. I would say I don't know if I like The Town quite as much as I did years ago. I'm not sure why. I still think it's a really good movie, and I definitely have a place for it. But I don't know. I won't say I absolutely love it, but I think it is very, very good. Which is why I am giving it about an 89, maybe 90%. So maybe B plus, A minus, drifting into that. There's no real problems I had with it. I do think the Brooklyn accents at times could be a bit spotty. Then again, I don't know. I know they did spend a lot of time trying to get those right and researching the area and everything like that. They did take a great interest in the the Charleston story and such. It felt like they could have hit on emotions a little bit more than they did, perhaps. There is a good story behind Ben Affleck's character and his own history with his family and such. And there's a good little kind of cruel thing in there that you find out about a little bit later into the movie. I would like that explored a little more. I wanted more with him and his father. I feel like they could have. I don't know, not that he wasn't capable of it, but I feel like they could have focused more on that and maybe brought a little more out of it that was already there. Not just with him, but the movie in general. I would have liked it to be more personal introspection, because I think those were the best scenes in the movie that kind of went into that a bit. The heists are filmed really nicely. The shootouts are shot well. Yeah, it's almost 5 in the morning, so please forgive me. But overall, I do think it's a very, very good movie. It's definitely one that stands out among Ben Affleck's filmography, both from behind and in front of the camera. And I think it's respectable. It's a very respectable film for anyone, whether you're a fan of his or not. I don't see how you could say it's not a good film. And again, Rebecca Hall is a great highlight in this movie. I do like her a lot. From this to Professor Marston and the Wonder Women and other things like that. But yeah, I know you guys thought about this one. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, like, subscribe, and also I do really like the score in this movie as well. Like, subscribe. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace. Also, I do want to add, the ending is quite good as well. I guess I almost went with another ending, but the test audiences didn't like it as much. If you read, you can read about it on IMDb. I almost would have preferred that ending. But what we got, it still resonated fairly well anyway. So yeah, I like how it's pieced together and it's kind of a chess game between John Hamm and Ben Affleck. I should have talked more about that. Most of you probably already clicked off. I haven't watched this far in the video, but peace.